hit the like button, subscribe.
Hey, Mr. LosDaBarber. Introduce yourself, explain who you are and what it is that you do and where you from.
My name is Carlos Harvey. I'm from Champaign, Illinois, born and raised. Um, I'm a master barber instructor. I've been cutting hair since for 37 years. I started cutting hair when I was 13. I got my passion of cutting from my oldest brother, Percy. Always going in the bathroom. This guy is always in the bathroom, man. I'm like, man, why are you always in the bathroom? And he taught me a life lesson. He said, man, look, he said, whenever you leave this house, you make sure you're nice and neat. He said, because if you look good, you feel good, and you feel good, you perform good. And that stuck with me. So I ran to my mother, man, and asked for a pair of clippers, and she bought them. And, man, I started trimming up everybody. And by senior in high school, man, I was cutting some of everybody, bro, you know. So right now, I want to take my craft, my gift that God blessed me with, and start, passing it to the next generation and start preparing them. And so they can see that they are something. When I was formerly incarcerated, and I seen a lot of young men back there losing hope. So when I came home, I seen a lot of people losing hope. So I wanted to use the gift that God gave me to incorporate it into some of this next generation, and not even the younger ones, some of the older ones too. Just like people out here just going through the motions. So I just wanted to, put them inside the vehicle that I've been driving for 37 years, man, and just see if I can bring life to them. I started the Barber Academy here last year, February 1st. We graduated 8 students last year, and we're on pace to do 10 this year. So just been having my head down, man, and just trying to be a blessing to my community, bro.
You talked about, balancing, your career and doing your things out in the streets. Could you talk a little bit about that, in short terms of, what was going on right back then and, how you fell off and then you was able to, rise again?
Well, basically, pretty much, like I said, I started at 13, and by the time I was a senior in high school, I started doing house calls. And this one particular house call I went to, I did four older gentlemen, and at the time I was doing for $15 a haircut, so that was $60. And no, this was after high school. I'm sorry, I was about 21 at the time, so I had 5 kids at the age of 21, and so I did go do the 4 haircuts for $60, which could take care of one of my kids for the week. And when I got there and finished up, when I got there and I seen walked in the room where I was setting up, and there was stacks of money, man, and bags of cocaine. And it kind of shook me. But I stayed and did the haircuts. And when I was done, instead of getting the $60, one of the guys came to me with a bag of cocaine and told me if I was to break it down into 5 bags, I can get $300 off of it. And I'm thinking about my responsibilities, man, and I'm sold, right? So that's how I went down and started down that rabbit hole. And when I was incarcerated a couple of times, and but during my incarceration, I continued to hone in on my skills. I stayed cutting in every institution I went to, but I also started my education. I got back into my education. I accumulated 41 credit hours while I was gone. Right now, I'm into my junior year at Morehouse College online. I'm pursuing my bachelor's in business administration. So it's all, like I say, all things work together for the good to those who are called according to His purpose. And so it's all part of my testimony, man. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. The same community that I helped tear up, I want to help, clean up.
And I know you just gave away some big money scholarships the past couple of weeks too. But let me go back to that Voices of Freedom. There was one part in there that stuck out to me as well as Percy's advice to you.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, you said when you were in the game, this becomes my life. But later on, I believe it was, for your last stint, that the judge told you something that was really significant. Could you share that with, my colleagues and the guests, what that was
So
that led you to the right path?
yes, uh, so I went there and my family in the back of the courtroom, and everybody looking scared because I'm facing 6 to 30 years right now for possession with intent to distribute. And so the judge started reading off. She said, "Well, Mr. Harvey, we love how you're in the community. You're coaching basketball, football, baseball, and we love how you run an after-school program through your barbershop." She said, "But at nighttime, you're a drug dealer. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. We don't want your kind in our community. I recommend 12 years of IDOC." And it sounded the gavel, man. That's what did it. So I know that day when I left out the courtroom, I had to groom myself. I'm grooming everybody else. It was time to groom myself. So I had to take off that sheep's clothing. I had to do away with, you know, saying I'm a barber when I know I'm actually funded by drug money. I can't say I'm a husband when I'm staying out all night, not coming home to my wife. I can't say that uh, uh, I can't say that I'm a father to my kids, a protector and provider when I'm actually selling drugs. So it was just a lot. I had to take off in order to become.
Talk about how, just real short, how that's
Mhm.
been meaningful for your life at this stage.
Well, coming home, man, I sought out a therapist, bro. And I'm a big advocate for mental health, wellness, right? So I sought out therapy, and just surrounding myself around people that was doing better than me at the time, you know, and just sitting back and just soaking up just the mannerism, how they move and how they greet people and how they, just do business, right? So I'm learning, and then I joined the Brotherhood of Freemasons, right? So I've been in there since 2017, and I learned a lot how to uh, how to erect a nice building, right? If that makes sense, or erect a nice building, which that building is your life. So I've got plenty of tools, So it's like you get three keys, right? Three keys to you got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Each one of those keys can open up doors in your life, and but you have to apply it. Right? We can read all day, we can study all day, but we have to apply it. And I just started applying it to my life, bro, and just started, just loving on myself again because I was putting all my efforts in trying to take care of, having so many kids at a young age. It was like a rat race, full court press. So I was like always trying to make sure I had it to take care of my family, my responsibilities. But that led me down that rabbit hole, which which is okay. It all taught me. But now I'm trying to teach this next generation, man. Look, it's not about that. Get it slow, get it low, and make it count. Make all your steps your steps strategic. And make sure they're moving forward and upward.
What would you
Okay.
say for people who's trying to get into your profession, who's struggling right now, who need a program like the academy that you have, that you're running through a cut above the rest?
I would say, sit down and make a decision. What do you want to do? What do you want in life? That's the first and foremost. You have to find out what it is you want in life. You have to envision it. You have to see it before you can be it. Um, Come down, have a conversation. Um, right now, by me being a new school, everything is out of pocket. I can't provide financial aid, which I'm working on that. I have to be, I have to show good progress for 2 years in order to even sit down with them and have a conversation with them. So right now, my tuition is probably the lowest in the area, 6,900. I bring them in, they put down 1,200, and we do monthly payments from there. But what I use that business model, I want them to understand that they can do it for themselves. No one's doing it for them. So that's instilling hope, and that's instilling a whole different value about themselves, right? And just pretty much, I'm coming through a holistic approach. Just loving on them, teaching them who they are and what their purpose is, and what our purpose is out here. We're barbers. You know, we're here to make people look good, to feel good, so they can perform good, right? And once you get that going right there, man, people will trust you. They will lean on you with the conversations. And like I say, it's like iron sharpening iron. So it's always a pleasure, man. Just getting in the barbershop. I pray over the door before I walk in. So each person come through there, they can relieve what it is they have out there on the streets, come in and just receive some therapy, man.